Alright guys, I did this ride just to do this right here. You're about to see this video, the whole loop that I did, just for this right here. I wanted to take this bridge. Whew. Somebody's slowing down. Let's see. Alright, buddy. Oh yeah. Look at this. Just gorgeous. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I post videos. We got a lot of videos coming up here in the JH6 Ride channel. Gotta love it. Beautiful day. Gorgeous. I spent my day slipping in because slipping in only takes me into like 7. That's what happens when you get old, you know? You just don't sleep as much. But again, got up, got some coffee, spent time with the family. It was amazing. There's some stuff around the house that I had to do in the backyard and things like that. Spend some more time with the house or with the family. Cook some awesome barbecue. I'll put a picture right here for you guys. Big shout out to my wife. We do a great team. We do barbecues together all the time. I barbecued, she set up the food, all that stuff. It was amazing. Really, really amazing. My nose is itching. And I wanted to go out real quick. I want to do a little loop, record a video, you know, get in touch with you guys and all that good stuff. So let me take a right turn here. Here we go. Gotta love my mirror. Come on, stay. Maybe not. Man, it's being a pain in the butt today. I gotta buy something to glue that. Stay in that way. Stay? Just stay there. This one worked just fine. So the other day I went on the most amazing motorcycle ride ever. It was great. It was an amazing time. I enjoyed it so much. It was just a wonderful thing. But at the same time, it was the most horrible motorcycle ride that I have been in quite some time. So let me be kind of clear on this one before I continue. I really, really enjoyed it, the ride. It was great. Really, really good. And it was enjoyable. It was great to meet the people that I met. It was amazing to be able to spend time with them. Everyone was so polite, so nice. The hospitality was just out of control. It was what a great, you know, people to spend time with. You know, no doubt about that. But the ride himself, it was just horrible. Really, really horrible. Now, let me take a step back and tell you why we were doing this ride. And essentially it was a ride to, you know, get some money for a person that I love, right? A person that I really, really love. We were doing this ride and a lot of people showed up. A lot of people donated money. A lot of people obviously pay an entry into the ride. There was things that, food. I mean, it was just a wonderful time. And we were able to collect a good amount of money, enough to help tremendously. I mean, like, insane help this money is gonna be, right? So all that was great, and it was an awesome part of the day and the ride, right? A lot of motorcycle guys, a lot of guys in the community do this all the time, right? To get some money and donate it to people that are in need. That's one of the things that I really love about the motorcycle community, right? However, the ride himself, it was really bad, and I'm gonna explain you why. And I hope that if you decide to go on the right, if you decide to do this, here's some things that you may want to think about. Here's some things that you may want to be aware, because again, it sounds really cool when you got like 80 bikes together. I think it was about 60 to 70 bikes. But at the same time, it's really difficult, or it could be difficult to do that kind of riding. It really can. And like I say, I'm going to explain you guys how that works right now. If you are a motorcycle rider, a guy that's been riding for quite some time, it's no big deal to you. You know, you're probably going to be like, whatever, I can do this all the time. If you don't, here's some things that you need to consider, because again, you know, once this ride start and you go out there and you start riding, you may find yourself in a pickle, meaning that you may find yourself riding really aggressively, and you may not be used to doing that, right? Now, I don't consider myself the best rider out there, and I'm going to tell you, I guess I ride just fine, but this motorcycle right here, this 88, was pushed to their limits, or to its limits. I was driving so aggressively and so, you know, not what I'm used to do. Really not what I'm used to do. And that's one of the reasons why I say I didn't enjoy it. You know, at no point I was able to enjoy my music. At no point I was able to kind of like lean back and enjoy it and just, you know, consume the scenery, consume my ride, you know, get my turns, all that stuff. At no point I was able to do none of that stuff. I had to be in the game. Like, I was paying attention, and I was making sure that I knew what I was doing. I was making sure that I was looking in front of me. I was making sure that you know, all this stuff. It was really a little bit stressful doing this right. So let me take a left turn here, and let's talk about it. Kind of give you some points on this. Oh yeah. So here's the deal. When we took off, they set up the formation according to like different requirements that they had, right? So again, first there was a specific type of people, then it was another one, then another one. So again, they had like a sequence of formation, which obviously was all fine. That's just how they do it. But as I was looking at the formation, I noticed right here, trying to decide if this was the term or not, I noticed that they put the trikes right in the middle, right? And I think that was one of the mistakes potentially that it happened, because the fact that the strikes were in the middle, what I have heard from many guys is that really they can't turn as good, right? So again, having those strikes right in the middle, it kind of created something. Like I say, it was about 60, maybe about 60 motorcycle. It created this thing where essentially I don't know, it was like the linking effect, right? Like you would kind of pull back, and then you really had to speed up, and then you really had to hit in the brake. And that is potentially everything that I found myself doing, right? So like I was just slowing down or speeding up really, really fast into the moment that I catch up with the other motorcycle, and the moment that I catch up, I had to hit the brake, right? And then we would go like that for about 2 seconds, and then it was like speed up, hit the brake, speed up, hit the brake, speed up, hit the brake. It was just really insane. Very, very insane. I hated that. So essentially what happened here is that, as you guys know, a motorcycle, I mean, hitting the brake and speeding up is just not the best thing to do in a motorcycle, right? Especially some of these older Harleys where essentially our front brakes, they suck, right? This older Harleys are known for having crappy brake. They really do. So again, it was one of those things that as I was hitting the brake, I was hitting the throttle, hitting the brake, hitting the throttle. It was like really, really bad, right? So that was kind of one of the things. I took this route because this is actually the route that I took in the right. So that was one thing. The other thing that it was really, again, I don't really have necessarily a big issue with this, but for some of you guys to kind of understand and kind of like be prepared is like, I don't know what's a proper term. Maybe riding bar to bar, or maybe some people say knuckles or something like that. So essentially, you have a guy right next to you. So what does that mean, guys? Well, that means that this lane that it says, you can see how small it is. This lane just got turned in half. So now you're riding on the left. The other guy may be riding on the right? And in my case, I was actually riding on the left. The guy was riding on the right. And it was just like that. So, again, that's not really one of my preferred ways to ride. It really not. I don't really like it. I prefer to be staggered, one stagger from each other. But again, I understand that a lot of people use that kind of riding style, but not necessarily think it's wrong or anything like that. I just think that it's a riding style that if you're going to do it, I don't think it's safe at all. But if you're going to do it, I think you should do it with somebody that you know, somebody that you trust, somebody that you know their skills, right? Somebody that you really know how they're going to ride. Not like random people that you don't know, right? So now, I'll tell you what, the guy that was right next to me, wow, the guy was a really good rider. I could tell he was probably a better rider than me, right? But again, he was doing just amazing, and I felt confident enough to be next to him. But nevertheless, you don't know the other guy, so you don't know who you're really riding with. I mean, this guy could have been someone that doesn't really know anything. But I think just by looking at him, he had a vest, had a bunch of patches. It looks to me like he has been all over the place, and it looks to me like he really knew what he was doing. So I was kind of confident on that. But nevertheless, it was just riding side by side. And like I said, if you're not an experienced rider, you got to be really, really careful with this one. Man, you got to love this. So here's the thing, guys. I had a great time. It was just a wonderful thing. But when you look at all these motorcycles riding together, it just confirms something that I know. I really, really enjoy riding with 2 or 3 guys. When it goes crazy into 60 motorcycles, just know that if you do any kind of riding like that, which again, I would do it again. It's not one of those things that I wouldn't do. Like I say, I did enjoy for the most part, but you just got to know that there's going to be some things that you're going to have to like take in consideration. Riding side by side could be extremely dangerous, could be really, really dangerous. And, speeding up, slowing down, speeding up, slowing down, that could be extremely dangerous as well. Like, I was like literally on my game. I was paying attention. I was looking forward. At no point I looked down to my phone. At no point I was in the game because, like I said, anything could have bring somebody down, right? So I had to be really, really careful. And one thing that I would tell you, like the guy next to me, wow, he had a beautiful streak line. Looked like I had probably a 114 or something like that because it looked mean. It looked powerful. It looked amazing. My little 88 was literally having issues keeping up. Really having issue. I had to like push it constantly, right? I was doing this. Go fast, go fast, go fast. Up. Slow down. Go fast, go fast, go fast. Up. Slow down. I mean, very, very annoying if you ask me. So, man, look at this. Let's enjoy this. Alright, my friends, so let me end up this video and say, if you happen to go on a big ride, first of all, make sure you put some gas. Don't show up with no gas. Show up with some gas. And just be prepared to drive aggressively if you're going to be riding in the back. Also be prepared to ride bar to bar with some people. You may not like that, but that may be a possibility, or that may be something that you're going to find yourself doing. So, you know what? I like to do this. I like to train myself by always kind of riding in one side of the lane and kind of, you know, train myself to do that. So, again, you know, you may be driving a little bit more aggressively than you are used to, but at the same time, let me tell you, you know, great people, really great people. I had a great time. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the food. I enjoyed it participating in that kind of event, and I enjoyed everything about it. So I'm definitely not going to discourage you from doing something like this, but just keep in mind that there are some pros and there are some cons. Let me know what you think. Put comments down below. And as always, God is in control.